Hi everyone, Lori McKenzie, Christian mental health therapist. I don't usually present myself this way. I'm getting ready for bed. And I try to tell my clients to be okay with their appearance no matter what. So I thought I'd demonstrate that in my video today. But that's not why I'm doing the video. I'm doing the video because something crossed my mind and I really wanted to share it right away. So what it is I want those of you out there to know that if you consider yourself a rational, reasonable person, like truly, you're able to, maybe you don't like conflict, but when it's necessary, you endure it. And when somebody has a problem with you, or you have a problem between you, you're willing to talk it out, listen to their point of view, make compromise, make sacrifices, and you want to work the problem out. You want to come to a resolution, hopefully one that's respectful of all involved. If you encounter someone where, well, once could be a coincidence or just a fluke thing, or just a bad day. Twice, yeah, gotta let that go, I think. But once it's 3 or more times, it's a pattern. And if you encounter someone that no matter what you say, no matter what you do, you try so hard to be reasonable, you overcompensate to have them be heard, and you try to make a resolution without totally denying your point of view, without being totally passive. You're not aggressive either. You're appropriately, lovingly assertive. If 3 or more times with the same individual, you walk away thinking, what just happened? That was like mental and emotional calisthenics. Why do I feel bad even though I know I was trying to be fair and reasonable? How did that conversation get twisted? I am telling you, with a fair degree of certainty, you are dealing with a person that has a personality disorder. Or, if you don't like labeling people, very strong traits of personality problems, of a problem personality. It exists. In psychology, it's an access 2 diagnosis. Access 1 are those diagnoses where they happen to you and you want relief. I'm having major anxiety. It's getting in the way of my life. Help me so that I can have no or less anxiety and I can function. Personality disorders are characterological. They're how people do life. And there's all kinds of debate as to where they originate. For the most part, it's usually some poor parenting, some deficit, some neglect. But there's also, not every child that has that develops this. So there's some predetermined traits. They're looking into it. They're trying to study it. But it's about 10% of our culture or less. I find that to ring true. I know as a Christian, this isn't popular to say, but as a therapist, it's real. And it causes a lot of problems in life. We're all sinners and we all contribute to problems. But a lot of interpersonal decision-making problems are because of the person that you're like, why does it never go well? Why do we never come to a conclusion? Why do I always feel bad? Why does it feel icky? Why do I want someone in the room with me next time? Because no one believes me. There's so much to it. There's so much to it, really. And you know what? I feel so passionate about it. I was going to start an education channel on YouTube for this purpose alone. But there's already a great one. So why would I? And I'm going to link it below. It's Kris Reece. That's Kris with a K. She's a phenomenal educator and professional, and she does such a great job. And her channel's basically about narcissism. She's a Christian. She uses scripture to back the things up she says. She's been there. She's totally been there. I mean, I've been there with some people in my life, but she's really been there. So, number one, I don't want you to feel like it's you. Okay? We're not faultless. None of us are. But in some situations, you really did try. And there was nothing you could have said or done differently would have had a different result. Maybe it would have been a worse result if you tried harder. But you can't single-handedly have a healthy interaction. If the other person can't do their part, you are going to be left with an unresolved problem, no matter how hard you tried or how much of a good communicator you are. This is probably the least biblically directed video I've done. There's plenty of scriptures to support this. I'm going to let Kris Reece do what she does best, though, and I'm going to link her below. Take a look at her stuff, and we'll revisit this topic again at some point, but she's the expert. She's the best in the Christian realm. So sometimes it's not us. Sometimes we did our best. Okay, until next time. Bye-bye.